What's up everyone, my name is Wanizi and I put the dub in Wotaku. Let's jump right into the game that we're reviewing today, and that game is none other than Tunic. Tunic is essentially, imagine if you took the old Legend of Zelda games and put them on an iPhone. It's not on iPhone, at least not that I checked, but it kind of looks like an iPhone game. But don't let the cutesy graphics fool you. This game does not like you. So you wash up on the shore of this random island of sorts. I honestly really can't tell you too much about the story, not because I don't want to spoil it, but because a lot of the dialogue is written in a language that I don't understand, at least. So from my understanding is like, you're just a fox walking in this island, you die, and then you see like your mom fox. There's spiritual things going on. Honestly, I don't even really want to get too much deep into the story, mostly because I think it's better as an experience than it is as a story. I would rather you play it and see it for yourself, because it would mean more to you than me trying to fumble around as to what's going on. I think interpretation is a really good, like a really key point in the story in this game, and I want to let you interpret it for yourself. But just know that there's a lot to do with like being a soul, death and rebirth, and the exploration and just the environment in and of itself is awesome. Like you could tell that there's a story in this world. Something has happened that has changed the normal flow of things, and you are basically kind of discovering what that is, and discovering not only the history of what's gone on in these lands, but what is going on currently. So basically you wash up and then you're just exploring the lands and trying to piece together why you were sent here, why you woke up here, and what's going on. The combat very similar to old Legend of Zelda, but it's different because now you have a lock-on system, as before you had to face the direction of the monster. The lock-on system works really well. You have a stamina bar, which is also very different. You can't just spam roll, because that'll put you in a bad spot. So it kind of has, not necessarily Dark Souls, but it's kind of like if Dark Souls and Legend of Zelda had a baby. Think of that kind of a gameplay of like, it's rewarding. You have to think about your attacks. You can't just spam your way through. Some enemies you can, but not everything. So you want to keep in mind all the things that you can do and all the things that you can't do at the same time. Very similar to Dark Souls, the statues that you find throughout the lands, you rest at them to get your HP up, to get your mana up, to get your stamina back up. But then it will respawn all the other monsters that you had previously vanquished beforehand. And that's essentially the gameplay loop. Is kind of like Dark Souls, but with a Legend of Zelda twist. So very similar to Legend of Zelda with the Triforce. There's three certain keys you get to find in certain areas of the map. So you go explore those areas. You find items that'll help you explore those areas. You'll find items that'll help you defeat the stronger monsters. It's all about exploration. It is one of the strongest things about the game. It's one of the best things about the game, but at the same time, for me personally, and this is where we're gonna get into a little opinion-based area, so I don't want you to like lean too heavy on this criticism. For me personally, the exploration was a little bit too free and open. I've said this before, and I'll say this multiple times. I'm a big fan of waypoint markers, or even just like general directions of like, you need to go over there, like just go over there, and the game will tell you how to progress. I'm a big fan of that, just because as somebody who plays a lot of games like consistently, I'm never trying to waste too much time in the game. I'm never trying to waste time, really. So when I was playing this game, there are multiple times where I got lost and I had absolutely no idea where to go. Once you get used to the camera, it's not as big a deal, but when I was first starting out, it definitely was a little bit finicky for me. Like, it was hard to see if there was something behind something without checking it out. But then of course that pushes more of the exploration in the game, so I can't really fault it for that. It was more so on me, and that's why I don't really want to say that the exploration is a bad thing. But for people who are more used to having waypoint markers, or even just somebody to tell you, maybe you should go check out that mansion over there, this game will not do that for you. So be ready to have a walkthrough open or something, because you can get lost easily. But even when you did get lost, the music, the environment, there's just a lot of reasons why I kept playing the game. Most of the time, there's games that I will get lost in, or feel like I'm wasting time, and I will instantly look up a walkthrough. But with this game, it felt different, because even when I was lost and I was confused, I was still enjoying my time, because every time I was like, maybe there's a secret path over there, 9 times out of 10 there was a secret path and there was something cool. So it's like, I wasn't wasting time, but you know what I mean. If you want to progress through the story and you want to beat this quickly, I would say look up a walkthrough or be ready to have to explore a lot of different areas. But again, my criticism, don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I thoroughly enjoyed the game, however. The music was amazing. The gameplay is fun. Finding things feels very rewarding when you find a new spell or a new weapon to use. It changes the game for you. The enemies can be a pain, especially when you get mobbed, but at the same time, vanquishing those like hard to beat bosses is really, it's that Dark Souls feeling essentially, but in a Legend of Zelda game. So here's the question: is Tunic gas or should you pass? Personally, I think Tunic is gas. I think you should try it out. If you're somebody like me who likes a straightforward video game, you might get a little lost, you might get a little frustrated, but if that happens, even in the 50% that you might get lost and frustrated, there's still in that 50%, 25% chance that you're going to enjoy being lost, and then the 25% chance that you're just going to get frustrated. So I think that's a pretty solid 75% enjoyment rate if the numbers check out. So I think you should try it out. If you're into Legend of Zelda, if you want a cute little indie game, there's just a lot of reasons to play. If you want exploration, if you're a fan of Legend of Zelda and you like a challenge, Tunic is the game for you. That's gonna be it for me, guys. I appreciate you guys for coming out. Appreciate you guys for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about Tunic. Let me know if you like it or if there's things that you think I should have mentioned. And subscribe if you want to see more gas or pass videos. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate it. And you guys have a good one. Otaku out.